WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Stand by. On my mark.
You survived the workday. Now survive the truth.
Don't you want to have the best 12 teams in college football playing each other?
It's time for the hardest hitting 2 hours on the Panhandle.
I love it. You're coming through. You got it, baby.
Now into the huddle with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz.
It is a joyous day.
I love your show.
From the Emerald Coast to the edge of the atmosphere.
You gentlemen lift us up every day.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. The hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. Cause Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the topic. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right now.
We are live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It is Friday, baby, and we are ready for this big, long weekend. You're tuned in right here to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you are. Don't forget, tonight is the Atlanta Braves. They'll start a new series against the Washington Nationals, and I'll tell you what, I'm excited about it. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of this show, though, you can be. 850-215-6290 is the way you do it. We can text, or you can call in, or you can look on our Facebook page and also see that me and Jeffrey got the memo. We matching in this joint today. So either way, good to see you here today. Glad to have Jeffrey in the building. Jeffrey, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Cloudy day for all the tourists coming into town.
Yeah. Why is it cloudy?
Well, clouds.
Oh, you're saying
cloudy in the sky?
Oh, I thought you said I'm cloudy because there's tourists coming into.
Well, I could be cloudy because the
That's
traffic.
what I thought you were talking
the traffic
about.
is like coming.
We
and go.
love you, people. If you're listening to our station and you are here for vacation over this Memorial Day weekend, thank you so much for listening. We've got a big show tapped on for you today, so listen in. And Jeffrey, I promise he won't say anything negative about you being here. We love you being here. We're so glad that you're here, and we want you to spend all your money here.
Until I talk trash about your team.
Yeah, that's right. There will be a lot of trash talking today because we got at 5 o'clock Shades and Accolades with Jeffrey, and he has got some people that he is going to throw under the bus.
Or just whole teams.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, just a lot of stuff.
I got a big truck. I'll just drive right over you.
Yeah, that's right. So Memorial Day weekend is this weekend, and we can't move any further without, just remembering all of those who paid the ultimate price, laid down their lives for our country, and we're so thankful for them. Because of you, because of what they did, we have our freedoms, and sometimes we take those things for granted.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's so great to be able to remember the ones that paid the ultimate price, that loved their country more than they love themselves, and just taking that as being one of those big things that I always, I never did serve in the military, just never was something I wanted to do, but I appreciate, respect, and honor those that do.
Yeah, and I mean, in my family tree, I have a lot that served.
Yes, me too.
But I really don't even know anybody who passed away from it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been really, really lucky in my lineage that, people survived the American Revolution, the Civil War. My dad served but didn't see action while Korea was going on. I had two uncles during World War II. Yeah, it's amazing that none of them passed away during the war,
My closest is my uncle on my mom's side. My aunt, who is my mom's sister, is married to my uncle, obviously, and he fought in the Vietnam War, was injured in Vietnam. As a kid, every once in a while, we'd go to the beach or go somewhere, and I'd see the slug that was in his shoulder from that war.
Wow.
And Yep. So
And you don't realize the scars there are that aren't physical.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And just some of the things like that. But my uncle Jimmy Sullivan, he still alive and
Tough guy.
Yeah, big tough guy. So had a scholarship to play at the University of Alabama.
What?
But chose to go and fight in the Vietnam War. Yep. Tommy Tuberville did a big story on him. And talked about, my uncle and talked about how awesome he was and all that. So, cool. Yeah, very good story.
I mean, that makes the whole World War II era kind of like crazy because like they talk about all these sports figures and all about how, Ted Williams. And other people, that served and came back or served, then played and just all this kind of stuff. It delayed their sports career. And that's second, that's backseat to World War II, obviously.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing, like when you look at, I'm not going to sit here and try to act like I am an historian, but, when you look at it, when you watch the movies, whether they've, added to it or not, it's really, you don't really know until you're there. Like you can watch some of the movies and, you see some of the things that have went on and you're just like, oh my gosh, could you imagine being there right then? Obviously the main character is not going to die, but sometimes it's like, man, that guy was Superman. You know what I mean? So what's your favorite war movie that you've ever saw or, maybe you can give your top 5, something like that?
See, that's really hard because when I was a teenager, Platoon came out.
Yeah.
And I loved Platoon. And then there were, of course, the old war movies. My brother was into Patton and other movies like that. But and these are war movies, okay? Braveheart is a war movie.
Yeah.
It's just old school war movie,
Yeah.
And then there's, goofy, not Last Man. Well, there is actually a Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis, which is a shoot 'em up, but that's not war. Wait, who's the? Well, there's Clint Eastwood, but that's, there's some war movies that Clint Eastwood did. They aren't all westerns and everything.
But that's way past my time.
Last Samurai is very underrated for Tom Cruise, and that's a war movie. Saving Private Ryan enters the conversation, right?
Yeah.
That's easily top 5.
Yeah. My favorite war movie, like when you think of war movie, was We Were Soldiers.
Oh yeah.
Man, I mean, that movie to me was probably one of the best, and it was based on a true story.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just a phenomenal movie. I just remember watching it several times. I've watched that movie a bunch of times. But as far as, like, I guess if you want to take it back like what you're taking it back to, The Patriot for me was a great movie.
Oh, that's a great movie too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So
that might slip in the top 5 probably.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right around there, 4 or 5.
Absolutely. Well, for me, I mean, We Were Soldiers, The Patriot.
Yeah. Have you seen Platoon?
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket was good, but it wasn't as good as Platoon to me. There was another one that was.
I was so young during that time that I don't. Yeah. So.
And Hamburger Hill was the third one during that time frame.
Yeah, you're just so old, so much older than me. Like, because your movies that you're talking about are usually in black and white. I wasn't alive at that point. But seriously though, I mean, when you look at these war, do you like war movies? I mean, when you see them. My wife is a big war movie fan. She likes it, and it's really cool. So
yeah, I definitely I love war. I hate to say that. I love when they kill people. But like the war movies, I really like them. I like the underdog story and everything, and that's pretty neat.
But for me, it's like you really can't understand it. But I know we got on a long tangent for that. But really, when you think about it, having this Memorial Day, just enjoying. Or you got big plans? You got big plans on Memorial Day?
No, just relaxing.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hang out with the family, just do whatever. I think it's supposed to rain though, so I don't think it's gonna be that great of a weekend as far as the weather goes. But either way, it's gonna be a good time to be with your family. Michael Fields says that Band of Brothers was a good series. See, I never watched that. I've seen commercials for it. I've seen advertising for it, but I've never watched it. I like the and this is going to sound really, but I liked watching some of the Nazi movies where they were overtaken and overcome. I can't just recall what it was, but either way. We're going to actually go to the phone line. We got Glenn on the line from PCB. Glenn, how are you today, my friend?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We are doing
What's wrong?
fantastic.
That's good. Well, I was listening to you guys talk about the war movies, and Memorial Day and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. When I was on hold, I couldn't hear what was going on. But did you guys mention the Dirty Dozen?
No.
That's a big one.
No, we did not.
It had a bunch of stars in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, Jim Brown was in it.
Yeah. Now, was that one, is that older? Is that an older, because...
Yeah, because I'm in my 60s, so that movie came out in the 70s, late 70s.
Okay, so you and
No, I think it was earlier than that.
you and Jeff are in the same area of being in the
It's early?
60s.
Actually, I think it was 1968 because Jim Brown had just finished like 8 years of playing, and then he went he went to go do the acting thing, and then they said Tim said you have to come back, and then he was like, well, I have to finish up this stuff, and I said no, you have to come back, and he said, you can just forget about it. I'll just go and retire.
Got it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Wow. What about some of the other movies? We had talked about Michael Fields had said that The Band of Brothers was a good series. Do you have any more movies that you like that you could tell us about?
Well, Patton was a good one, and that was pretty realistic from what I understand. Like I say, Platoon. I heard you mention Platoon. And what about Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise? But there was about a trial.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. You can't handle the truth.
That's it. I can't think of the movie though. What's the name of it?
A Few Good Men.
There it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
And of course, in the late 70s was Apocalypse Now. That was a little long, though. It was a little long.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But how about The Deer Hunter?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I don't know if...
That's late 80s. It had Willem Dafoe, maybe? I can't remember exactly who the main character was.
It had several other stars in it, but
Yeah.
that guy with the sleepy eyes, I can't think of his name. But
Yeah, some of these seemingly are before my time because I don't think I've ever heard of it. I know Garrick is looking at me like, what are they talking about? He's in his probably 20s, and I'm in my early 40s.
I think Deer Hunter was it won a few awards. I think it was like 88, maybe 1988.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't too much into that film, but to each his own and everything.
right, it was pretty gruesome.
Yeah, and some of those movies are that way, but I think when you're watching these war movies, I think it's a necessity to have it give you the realistic look at it. Because some of that stuff was really brutal, and like even we talking about The Patriot, I remember just some of the brutality that was on those movies. Now but it kind of keeps you involved because it keeps you there to about what really happened. Black Hawk Down. Black Hawk Down was a good one.
It was a battle.
Yeah. I thought that one was good. And then what about the one with Bradley Cooper where he was the Chris Pyle or Chris the
Sniper.
The Sniper.
Yeah,
Sniper. That movie, that was really good. I mean, that was a really good movie.
And then the other one that's not really war related, but it's kind of directly. It was a Sylvester Stallone. First Blood.
Yeah, Rambo.
Oh,
Rambo.
Goodness.
Rambo.
I love the original.
Yeah.
The original was
Yeah,
great.
I mean, that dude was, I thought everybody, when I was a kid, would go to the flea market and get one of those survival knives that had the compass on the top of it, and it was about 8 inches long, and it had a fishing lure and a hook and a line so you could go fish while you're stuck out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Glenn, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate you listening and bringing up some good memories for us to remember.
All right. Y'all have a great day.
You too, Glenn. Thank you so much.
I think there was Sands of Iwo Jima. That was an old one. Dunkirk kind of fell flat for me, and I'm a historian person, and so when I saw
I would have never thought that.
Oh, yeah, right. You got any more libraries around here? So then Dunkirk really kind of disappointed me, and I knew about the boat lift and everything where they're trying to get off of the mainland of Europe over to Britain and everything for Dunkirk and all that, and I felt kind of like let down because I was like, wow, and then I was like, no. And then All Quiet on the Western Front was a World War I movie that came out recently, and it won awards, but it really takes a special kind of person to sit there because there's not a whole lot of talking in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and it kind of bores a lot of people out.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie.
Yeah. Britt Chester says, The Patriot, Braveheart, and We Were Soldiers. Wow, all Mel Gibson movies. And then, I don't know how to pronounce Inglorious.
Oh, bastard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Watch my language.
Starship Troopers. How
Oh,
about that
my
one?
goodness.
I think
Denise Richards' first movie, and that's when they battle aliens that look like giant mosquitoes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it was kind of
you got us on that, Brett.
So now we're going to be going into space and talking about war movies in space.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got Space Force. So,
Yeah.
I mean, one day we probably will have those. But hopefully we won't because we'll stay out of the war, right?
Yeah.
But, again, want to bring this up. The whole reason why we're talking about this is Memorial Day. Thank you so much to all the servicemen, servicewomen that have served. We appreciate you. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for all of the things that you've done and served for us. When you look at it, at these movies, though, they're only halfway of probably what people have went through or have seen or all of that. I remember when I was a police officer, I remember some of those guys had went over and fought in Desert Storm. Mm-hmm. And they'd come back and they would talk about it, and they would talk about how bad it was and the conditions and the things that we take for granted nowadays are so much, so thankful that we can. Before you got here, you went and got you something to eat just because you wanted to. Mm-hmm. Before the show, I'll open a drink and because I want to. Over there, when you're fighting, those things are not. They're not caveats of what you can do. You're blessed to be able to do what we're doing. And the reason why we are blessed, this country's not very old, so to speak. But we're thankful for all the men and women that have served.
And the fact is that, there's only been like 3 wars that have happened in the United States, like here. Mm-hmm. So us having all 4 walls and no potholes in the street because a bomb blew up there is we're spoiled.
We are, but when you look at other countries, man, I mean they're battling. They've got all kinds of different things going on. And this is not a political show at all, but a lot of the things are where they overthrow the government and all of that kind of stuff. Someone else wrote Minutemen was good and Midway.
Oh, Midway.
I remember watching Midway. I was a little bored with it.
That's black and white.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, I was a little.
Oh, it's the Ben Affleck one, the newer one.
I was a little bit bored with some of it.
Ben Affleck was Pearl Harbor. Different.
Well, I was going to say, Pearl Harbor. That was another one that I was thinking about. That was pretty good. I liked it. And I get it. They threw in a little bit of the love story and all that stuff. But last one, and I'll let you. We'll take a break, but. Captain America. Would you consider that a war movie?
No.
There was war going on.
Yeah.
Just wasn't true.
So Star Wars is a war going on too.
Yeah, but it's been the stars. But I mean, but this is like so you wouldn't categorize Captain America as a war movie?
No, not happening.
Why?
No, just throw it out. There's a start where they're at war, and then he goes along and becomes a superhero. Is that what it is? Is that the premise of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, he goes and fights in the war, and he, dominates. You see all at the beginning.
So G.I. Joe is also a war movie.
Well, not really. Who did G.I. Joe fight? What was
anybody un-American?
What was the guy that he fought though? G.I. Joe.
I don't know.
I mean, I can't remember. But
so He-Man has Skeletor, and that's all I know.
Well, He-Man's coming back out, but that's not a war movie though.
No.
I mean, they're at war with each other, him and Skeletor, but not really. And like Superman and Lex Luthor, same deal. But I'm a little disappointed that you didn't think Captain America is a war movie because there's a lot of war going on.
Well, I didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure he's just more of a superhero than anything.
What about Enemy Behind the Lines or whatever it was? With what's his name? The guy with the long nose and crooked nose.
Luke Wilson?
No, his brother.
Owen Wilson.
No, Luke Wilson. That's it.
Was it Luke?
Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, let me think about this. Yeah, Behind Enemy Lines.
Yeah, that was good.
Actually, there's a better movie than that. It's called Enemy at the Gate.
That's what Michael Fields just wrote. Enemy at the Gate was a good one.
That one's top 3.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you got to see it.
Okay.
And it's actually no Americans in it. Actually, there is one American in the movie. But anyway.
Well, why would I want to see? I want to see American movies. You know me about my America. I love America.
But they're killing Nazis.
Okay. All right.
Is that okay?
I'm in.
That's good for you.
I'm in.
Yeah, it's about the Russians and everything, and the Nazis and everything. It's during World War II, and that is an unbelievable movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Well,
top 3.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. Just still kind of disappointed. Me and Garrett both are disappointed that you can't call Captain America a war movie. So either way, we're going to take our first break of the day, and maybe I'll just get some times to maybe get going because, gosh, I'm still disappointed in the whole thing about not doing that. But either way, we're going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we're definitely going to talk about some sports. No more war movies with Jeff. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Set your alarm clock to wake up with the Coach Hales Show on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We can go to a youth sporting event, drink, and you know how they can get when they don't get their way? Man, that can create a problem.
In-depth local and college sports from expert insiders and a dash of controversy.
The day and age we live in with parents going crazy and getting in fights, I don't see alcohol making that any better.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9.
5 minutes can save your life.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Anna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The rest of the day, a chance of thunderstorms and some clouds and a temperature of 83 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the south. A likelihood of thunderstorms and partly cloudy skies tonight and warm near 76. Partly sunny and a chance of thunderstorms and 83 tomorrow. 84 and a likelihood of thunderstorms Sunday. This is your Friday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning in to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Your safety and proper care of your boat in an emergency is crucial. When it comes to on-water assistance, response time is everything. And since 1996, in the Bay or on the Gulf, it's SeaTow. SeaTow's Coast Guard licensed captains are on the scene in an average of 1 hour or less. SeaTow gets members home or back to boating faster. Become a member today at SeaTow.com or call 850-234-2323.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC emergency. It's even worse when you're not sure what it'll cost, when it'll get fixed, or if someone's just selling you something. When you call Hiller, you can trust our experts to actually solve your home's problems quickly. And with true transparency pricing, you know the price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. Book online now at happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
The Sports Blitz.
Woo! Welcome home, baby.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for the Atlanta Braves. Don't forget the Braves tonight take on the Washington Nationals. And 6 o'clock right after the show, 6:15 is the first pitch. Don't forget the Braves on the Gulf Coast is sponsored by Hewitt Tire and Auto, Brock Pest Control, Bill Bird Kia, PCB Hobby, SeaTow, and Blue Diamond Truck Accessories. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of this show, you can be. You can type it in on the Facebook page, on the YouTube page, or you can call in. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. You can call in or text in on that line, and we will read those. We've been recapping a little bit about war movies and Memorial Day. Again, thank you so much for all of your service, you servicemen and women, and then the ones that have given the ultimate price of paying the price for our country. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Well, we're going to move on into something that I'm excited about. And, man, I am pumped up all the way. The Atlanta Braves won another series last night again, and it was against the Miami Marlins, who's in their conference. So I'm just pretty excited. Yeah, but division,
more
conference,
important,
whatever.
More important.
Yeah, it's definitely means
you need
more.
to win your division.
It means more. Let me read something.
You don't want to be a wild card.
No, you don't want to be a wild card. We're not going to be a wild card. We're not a wild card. We're a dominator of this division. Now, let's look at it. Since May, so it's May 21st. And the Braves just won their 14th series of 2026. That's 14 series already. It's game number 51, right? And their 16th series overall thus far this season. Now listen to this. In 2025, which was last year, Atlanta won its 14th series in game number 121. It happened on August the 14th.
Wow.
It took 39 series to get to where they are already right now. That's pumped up, man. Come on.
And they didn't even lose 2 series.
No.
They lost 1.
The
other one was
tie.
a 2-2 tie
Yeah.
against, I think, the Diamondbacks.
Yes.
Who actually are recovering this year and doing very well.
That's exactly right.
As a team.
So, I mean, when you look at the Braves, I mean, they won 9-3 last night. Spencer Strider on the mound again last night. Okay, listen. Last year I tried to trade him, right? I tried to trade him. I didn't get him traded.
You're the manager.
Right. I mean, I think they listen.
They
listen. They listen.
do.
And because we cover the Braves, we're a affiliate of the Braves. The Brave fans, not only in this area but other areas, they listen because they've messaged on our Facebook, they've messaged on Instant Messenger and all that. So they're listening. I mean, who do you think? Now you can say what you want, but I'm gonna believe this till I go, till I pass away. Who do you think got Jonah Heim fired? Me. I mean, he got traded, 2 weeks after I said he needed to be traded? They're listening. But either way, I'm not a Spencer Strider fan. I'm sorry. I get it. Everybody talks about how big his legs are and how he's short, but he's got these big, gigantic legs, and he's such a powerful pitcher. Last night, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, but he gave up 3 home runs. So he can keep winning. That's fine. But I don't.
What do you want a player to be? A winner.
I do.
You pay him for that. He doesn't have to look the way you want him to look.
Right. You looking good right now. Those are the glasses I bought you for your birthday. I'm so glad. No, that's for Christmas. It was for Christmas.
Yeah, it's for Christmas.
I'm so proud of you. Just seeing Jeffrey in these glasses is worth going to Facebook, guys. Go to Facebook, go to YouTube, look at Jeffrey, tell me how great he looks. I mean, gosh, I look up and you've got glasses on. It's such a relief because, man, it looks like you're about to kiss your iPad when you're looking at stuff. And I'm just thinking, man, I'm so glad you're using them. But, yeah, he gave up 2 home runs to Stowers last night. And, again, don't get me wrong, he had 9 strikeouts, which is fantastic. They won the game 9-3. But I just don't love him. You love him?
No, I mean, I'm not a Braves super fan.
Yeah. I am. So, but either way, Ronald Acuna Jr. come back last night. Again, he's been back, but 2 for 3 with 2 hits.
That's great.
Yeah, and then Michael Harris, the man of the hour, 2 for 5, 3 RBIs, 2 home runs last night. I was riding home from baseball practice last night, listening to 104.3 ESPN, bringing the Braves home, and, man, I was excited. And then I meet my wife and my son at baseball practice, and as soon as she walks in, she says, the Braves, Michael Harris hit another home run. I'm like, yes, he did. I heard it on the radio, and she said, so did I. So you need to listen. 104.3 has all the Braves coverage right here in the Panhandle, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't forget, Saturday, tomorrow, at 1:55 is the coverage. First pitch is at 3:10, and then the same thing on Sunday, 1:55 coverage, 3:10 is the first pitch on Sunday as well.
So losing the first game to the Marlins.
Yeah, I was
and
a little worried.
3 in a row.
A little worried.
By 8, 4, and 6 runs.
Yeah, I was a little worried because they got blew out. Yeah, 12-0. Yeah, that's what scared me.
So then you win by 4, 6, and 8, and you've recovered from that.
Yeah.
And that was a team that you really weren't worried about, but it's a divisional game, and you have to win the division games.
You have to.
And the fact that you aren't playing the Phillies till way late, if you only have one team to deal with this season in the division, and it's the Phillies, you're going to be okay because you're still going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Today's...
In the central stack, they could take all the wild cards.
Yeah. But the Braves are probably going to win their division, but the Phillies will probably come back. Why did you turn your head and look at me like that? Is it because Donnie Mattingly?
The Phillies aren't currently... Yeah. what are they, 15-4 in the first 19 games that he coached or managed, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah.
Do you call it coaching or you call it managing?
It's the man. I mean, he manages.
He's the manager.
Yeah, he's the manager because you don't really.
So you're not worried about Phillies. Go ahead and put it on the record. Tape this. Write this day down because in August we're going to play it back and we're going to see if it's true.
It ain't that I'm not worried about the Phillies. It's just that I feel very strong that the Braves are going to win enough that they're going to make the playoffs regardless if they win the division or get a wild card.
Okay.
But I also believe that the Phillies, they probably will. When you've got Trey Turner, when you've got Bryce Harper, and then you got Kyle Schwarber, I mean, those three right there can turn any game for you in the positive way. And it's just like the Braves. When you've got Acuna, when you got Dubon, when you got Harris, when you got Olsen, and if Ozzie Albies can come on, if Austin Riley can come on, I mean, we've got some studs. Drake Baldwin, he's hurt right now. He's out. But, you know, for me, I'm just excited about the Braves. I'm excited about what they're doing. They're a 1.5 tonight ahead of the Washington Nationals because Washington's pretty good. Their record,
they're not a game and a half.
No.
They're like a bunch of games.
They're 1.5 favorite tonight.
Oh, run favorite in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Washington's 25-26. I get it. You're going to be like, oh, they stink. They're sorry. They're 25-26. The Braves are 34-15. You know, so a little different.
So,
but
and the Braves, they're playing where?
They're playing in Washington.
Okay, and guess who has either the best or second best road record in all of baseball?
Tell me.
The Braves.
Yeah.
But it's
I
not.
think. No. They're
like
at home.
14-9.
No, they're at home.
Oh, they're at home. Well,
yeah,
then
they're at home. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They're like 14-9 at home or something crazy like that.
Yeah, they're at Truist
they're killing
Park.
it.
That's right. They are at Truist Park. So they got Truist Park for the next 3 games, and then on May 26th, which is Tuesday, they go to Fenway, then they go to Cincinnati, and then they're back home to host Toronto.
So that's
Pittsburgh.
Toronto's not doing very well.
No.
But all those other teams are in the playoff hunt.
No, Boston's not.
The Pirates are starting to slide. Yeah, the Red Sox are having a horrible time this year.
Yeah, they're having a bad
But the Pirates are sliding a little bit, but they're still in the talks to try and get a wild card this year. I think they're in 4th now. They slid a little bit. But that's a tough schedule. But let me tell you who the Phillies have tonight. The hottest team in baseball. 6-game win streak for the Cleveland Guardians, and they've won 9 of the last 10 games.
Yeah.
So Philly's got their hands full, and it starts tonight.
Yeah, hopefully they'll lose. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big Philly fan.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have been talking about Philadelphia. Is it really a sports town anymore because of it being not very good at championships? Now, I know the Eagles
won 2?
The Eagles won 1.
Oh, they only won 1? Okay.
Well, they won 1 recently.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time they won was the Philly special with, what's his name?
Yeah, Nick Foles?
Yeah, Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Going out for a pass.
Yeah. I mean, do you think of Eagles fans differently than you do Phillies fans? Is one more toxic than the other?
No, they're the same people.
They're the same people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not attacking. The only fan base I attack is LSU Tigers. They're the only ones. So give me the fan base that I don't like the most, the LSU Tigers, because they are rude, reckless, and just they ought to be ashamed of themselves.
So they won't offer you any crawfish if you go to Baton Rouge later
I
this
don't
year
know.
in November when they
know.
play in Baton Rouge?
I don't know. I don't know if they will or not.
And you want to talk about traditions ending. Guess what's happening next year?
Tell me.
They aren't playing each other.
I know.
That's horrible.
So let me ask you this, and we'll get back into Braves, but who benefits more from that?
Nobody benefits more from losing that rivalry right there, LSU and Alabama. They should be guaranteed to play every other sport if they can't play football that year.
They probably will. They'll probably play baseball.
No.
They'll probably play basketball.
They're not locked in. Basketball, they will play 1 game at least. I don't know about 2 because it kind of alternates around.
Yeah, home and away type deal.
But baseball, they go straight like 3 or 4 teams that they don't even play.
But basketball, it'll be Nate Oates with his NBA players and Will Wade and his NBA players, and then we'll be able to know who's got the best NBA players.
We'll be the G League.
Yeah, we'll be the G League.
We should just succeed from the SEC because that's all we're doing.
Why don't they join forces and one go to one division and the other go to the other division, or if it's conferences, whatever they're called in the G League, and do that. So so with the Braves, let's get back to the Braves, though. When you talk about the Braves, when do you see this happening where they are going to actually be able to go into a slide? Because obviously they haven't. Do you think possibly that the Braves are going to eventually get into a part where they're going to slide a little bit, or do you think they can keep this up? Do you think they can keep this going? Is this going to keep going as they get on? Because, like you said, they've got the Red Sox, they've got the Pirates, they've got Toronto. It's not a hard schedule. So, I mean, all the way up until maybe right before the All-Star break, it could be pretty good for us. Why are you shaking your head?
Oh yeah. I thought you were going to say it was get bad before the All-Star break.
No. I think it's going to be easy.
Yeah, it's going to be easy. Exactly. And there'll be a couple of, series where, it's like, okay, you lost 2 out of 3. No big deal.
But for the Braves, the biggest thing is that we keep our pitching going. Our bullpen keeps working like they have been. And the number one thing for the Braves, period, is that everybody has to stay healthy. I know Drake Baldwin has a little strain. He's on a 10-day IL. I know Acuna's had his problems, but we need to keep everybody healthy. So I think Walt Weiss is doing a fantastic job early, and I think he's going to keep, when you got people like Dom Smith and when you got Dubon and Eli White and Yaz and those guys, they're able to keep they're able to – it's kind of like being able to still win. It's like a basketball game. When you take your star out and you put the non-stars in to play, you're hoping they run a lot of time off the clock. So you're hoping that for the Braves that they're able to just win a few in when they're not supposed to, when Drake Baldwin's out, when Acuna's out. If Matt Olson, which Matt Olson, he hadn't missed a game in so long, he probably won't. He's the new Iron Man.
Well, you talk about team building. If you have 1 or 2 guys in a slump, the other guys step up and they got your back, and then you feel comfortable, but not too comfortable to where you just slack off and try and coast in.
Yeah, but I think that's what they're doing. I think that's exactly how they're playing. Do you see the Braves, like you're still not sold, are you?
No,
I can tell.
They just won by 4, 6, and 8 runs against a team, a Marlins team that
been pretty good.
They're hungry.
Yeah, Marlins have been pretty good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, are you buying them that they're a real threat to the Dodger reign of going back to back to back?
Problem with baseball is it's so streaky.
Yeah.
And, we could be sold on them 1 week, and then 2 weeks later we're like, well, they're just average because they went 5-5 in the last 10 games. But it's hard because you're never really looking deep in and seeing, like, it's a game of balls and strikes, and yet it becomes bigger when you add up everything. And then you play a tough team, and you play a losing team, and then you sweep a losing team, and you think you're all high and mighty, and then you get challenged by a Dodgers team. And you won't play a Dodgers team till the second half of the season. I mean, we're honestly looking at the schedule, and we're like, okay, well, this team, they could beat us. They could win 2 out of 3. This other team, they're trash, So it's kind of like that. You're kind of like looking at the schedule and seeing, well, this ain't so bad. And solid number 1. I don't know if they're 10 games up or 9 games up or whatever they're up right now. I mean, they're sitting pretty.
9.5, I think, is what it is.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty.
Yeah, for the Phillies
this early.
Yeah, early. And you told me don't get too excited.
Yeah.
But I couldn't help it.
I know. 4th place finish.
What?
Last year was a 4th place finish. Do you know how many 4th place teams are in 1st place right now?
How many?
Half of the divisions.
Wow.
The Tampa Bay Devil Rays, Rays.
Yeah. They're doing good.
And the Oakland A's.
They're doing good.
And they were both 4th place teams, just like the Braves last year.
Yeah.
And they're all in 1st place.
Wow.
If I had told you there would be 3 4th place teams from last year being 1st place teams right now, you told me I was out of my mind.
Yeah, I'd have said you're crazy. No way it's going to happen.
But you'd say it was the Braves.
I'd say it was the Braves. Well, because we've got the lineage of winning. I mean, these guys that are here outside of Matt Olson, those guys were winners. They won the world championship. So I mean, they know what it's like. They're still trying to climb that mountain again, and they've done it without Ronald Acuna Jr. He was hurt. Mm-hmm. He didn't even play. So hopefully we'll get it going. I mean, I just again, every time I do it, I feel like, man, I sure don't want to jinx this. Man, I sure don't want to jinx this. And then we come back in and they've won again. And then I'll be like, man, I'm talking so good about them. I'm saying all the things that you want to say. And then I'm like, man, a little bit of me is like, don't say too much because you don't want to jinx this. Because, again, I played baseball my whole life. I've coached baseball. And I'm superstitious. I'm real superstitious.
But you also remember history.
I do.
And you know that the Braves won in 95, and then they don't win until, like, whatever year it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have other teams, we'll even say in basketball, like the Toronto Raptors or the Milwaukee Bucks. They win one title, and they never get back, and they have no hope for winning another title anytime soon.
Right.
And the Braves have kind of gone through that, and you just don't savor, oh, we won that one. That's the greatest thing ever. No, you're like, we want to go back.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing for Atlanta fans, it gives us hope because the thing about Atlanta with the whole TBS thing and with the whole being close to Florida and Alabama and Georgia or being in Georgia, a lot of fans across the spectrum, they love the Braves regardless if they're winning or losing. They're still going to the games. When we went last year, we still enjoyed going. It was still a fun time. It was still awesome to see. And so, they're going to support them. We're going to support them. But, man, it does feel a different atmosphere when you're supporting them and they got a chance to go all the way. They got a chance to play in the playoffs. I mean, bringing the playoffs back to Atlanta is going to be something special. I mean, it's just – it makes you get all giddy inside. It's so close to being like feeling good about a Nick Saban-led Alabama team.
And the Falcons and Hawks win so many titles.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
I know, right?
The Braves are the only winners.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. But you said that the Falcons are going to make the playoffs.
They will make the playoffs, but that's it.
I just don't understand how we can get that going, but either way. But we're going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we will discuss a little bit more about the NBA, about the NFL, about everything. Thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned to What's Next on Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The sports content you demand is always on. Live stream our national and local sports talk anywhere you go. Reach us on all social media. You can also be a part of the show. Call and text into our studios. Plus, up-to-the-minute weather and traffic maps. The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is available at the Apple Store and Google Play.
Full residential and commercial projects from start to finish. Wheelhouse is ready to help. From the moment you have the thought to build to the moment you step through the front door of your finished project, Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering will walk you through all of your aspirations. Engineering, site plans, live architectural design, construction, 3D rendering, permits, and more. Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering, 850-896-6597, 850-896-6597, and online at wheelhousedba.com.
Lace up your running shoes for the 6th annual Jam on the Coast 5K. Presented by Visit Panama City Beach in partnership with Gulf Coast Jam. Join us May 30th for this family-friendly race at Frank Brown Park and running through Gales Trails. Every participant receives a premium race t-shirt and a finisher medal. And that's not all. Registered runners will receive an exclusive coupon for Gulf Coast Jam merch for one of the biggest events of the year. Don't wait. Register now at pcb5k.com.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
Panama City, Lynn Haven, Callaway, 30A, Santa Rosa, Freeport, Mexico Beach, Port St. Joe, Youngstown, Blountstown, and Yorktown. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson.
The locals love it.
Dominating that dial at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for the Atlanta Braves. Don't forget the Braves tonight take on the Washington Nationals at 6 o'clock, and then 6:15 is the first pitch. We got Jeffrey here in the building with us. Garrick's running the board, and we are pumped up and ready to go. We're going to go ahead and go straight to the phone lines. We've got Big Nate on the line from Southport. Nathan, how are you today, my friend?
Well, I'm good. I'm glad to see Jeff back in the saddle again.
Yeah, well, he's Jeffrey, but he's dressed like me, and he's wearing glasses today, which the glasses that I bought him for Christmas, he's finally getting the use of it. He's not kissing his tablet anymore because he actually can see.
That's good. That's good. So you guys were talking records and baseball and the Braves and the Phillies. Look, baseball is a different monster than any other kind of sport.
Yeah.
Because they play so many games. So right now until basically into September, October, as long as they're like leading the pack or at the top of the pack, they got a shot.
Yeah.
Now, home field advantage doesn't really play into baseball. Basketball, a little bit, but, I mean, you look at football, you only get, 8 away games, 8 home games, right?
Yeah.
Except now they got, 17 games, so one of them's going to be odd, like you're going to have either 9 or 8 or whatever. It's so stupid.
Or they're going to be across the pond, which I hate.
Right, yeah, well, they're not going to be across the pond past, week 10 or 11?
11 is the last one.
11. That's a little close for me for the playoff run to have to go across the water, but I understand their international appeal. They want to try to make something bigger, and I think they'll get there. But that being said, you worrying about I'm talking too much about them, and you get superstitious. Dude, it's baseball. They're going to win some. They're going to lose some. It's like Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? As long as they're winning, you're happy.
Yeah.
If they're not winning, then you'd be like, oh, I said something wrong. Now I got to go wash my jockstrap. Oh, no, whatever. Cal Raleigh, right, he broke his hit. He was in a slump.
Yeah.
Broke his slump by taking a shower in his uniform.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it.
And I'm like, okay, fine. So your uniform smelled like funk, and you need to get the funk off you. That's great. Awesome. It's baseball, man. There's just so much of it to be played, and there's too many factors, and people get hot, and people get cold, and it's not like going in to, Lumen Field in Seattle and knowing that you have a distinctive home field advantage there. Now, T-Mobile Park, you definitely do. Because, that's not really a hitter's park. So.
Yeah, but.
I don't know.
Jeffrey made
it crazy.
Everybody feels like they have an advantage in Colorado, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's because it's so thin aired. I did 2 weeks there on a training seminar, and I really didn't notice anything. I really didn't.
Wow.
It wasn't. Of course, I wasn't running at top speed and sucking for air. So, yeah, I can see how an athlete would have a little bit of a problem. But
Atlanta, the Braves are kind of like the Seahawks, though, when you look at it, because, the Falcons and the Hawks don't win, and neither did the Supersonics or the Mariners. But the Seahawks
Well, look at the fair weather teams, though, Paul. You got teams that have domes, and they get out in the elements, and they're a wreck. Like, if you have to go to Buffalo in December, January to play a playoff game, you're at a huge disadvantage.
Even Cincinnati's that way. I mean, if you look at what
Green Bay's that way.
Yeah, when Miami when the Dolphins have to go up and play Buffalo or Cincinnati,
New England.
Oh my
always
goodness.
terrible.
New England.
Always terrible. Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen their schedule this year. I don't know where they are that time of year against New England and against the Jets and against the Bills.
It won't matter. It won't matter.
Yeah,
they're going to be terrible anyway. So.
Who's going to have the worst record? Is it going to be the Browns, the Jets, the Cardinals, or the Dolphins?
No, it's the Dolphins, hands down. No.
I think the Dolphins are pretty much
Yeah.
They don't have anything, honestly. They just don't.
So they're going to go after Arch Manning, is what you're telling me.
More than likely, they're going to try. I just don't know if they have, even if they get the number 1 pick, do they have enough supporting cast to keep him upright?
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is this. It's going to make my life wonderful because Jeffrey has Lane Kiffin coaching his college football team, and then we will have a Texas graduate, Arch Manning, playing quarterback for his favorite NFL team. So Jeffrey is just loving all this Texas love.
I don't think his dad's going to let him go to Miami, though. I honestly don't. I don't think anybody in the Manning family is going to say, sign off on Miami. They'll hold out. They'll hold out. It's going to be like another Phillip Rivers.
I think you'll be wrong.
He's going to go where he wants to go.
No,
I think he's going to go where he wants to go.
I think you're wrong about that. I think actually it has nothing to do really the franchise or the city. I think it's just that it's not a negative experience like they didn't want to be in San Diego.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he could end up in Minnesota.
No, you guys all but yesterday put Kyler Murray, 5'2",
right,
190 pounds,
That's
in
why
the
I'm laughing about
playoffs.
it.
You already put Kyler Murray in the playoffs. No, sir. Nope. They won't get him.
I didn't put him in the playoffs. I wished him well.
Jeff put him in the playoffs. They're going to the playoffs. Jim Mora-style playoffs.
So,
well, I'm hoping that actually Detroit pulls their head out and
they will.
does something
They will.
this year.
Yeah, they are going
I
to.
really do, because Jared Goff's too good of a quarterback to be wasted up there.
So you named off 4
He's
teams
not a
that you
top
thought were the bottom, Paul. 4 teams.
Yeah.
But you did not include the Raiders or the Titans.
Because they'll be on the way up.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think Arizona can win more games than both of those teams?
No, I don't, actually.
Really?
No. You think,
I do.
You think
honestly,
Jeremiah Love is going to make that much of a difference? I mean, is Carson Beck going to be your quarterback, or is Jacoby Brissett going to be your quarterback? Jacoby Brissett has not even showed up.
holding out, so it looks like Beck to me.
Yeah. So you're going to go with a
And
rookie
you
quarterback.
don't have to do much in that offense. You don't have to do much in that offense. You just got to run the ball effectively and get first downs. I think Carson Beck can handle that, honestly.
Who's he going to throw
I really
it to?
do.
Who's he throwing it to? Jeff's favorite wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr.?
No.
You underestimate the ability of someone who is they're not chosen. They're not the chosen one, right? But they have an opportunity. Mm-hmm. And given the opportunity, some of these kids, some of these people are going to step up, and they're going to surprise a lot of people. And there's going to be a lot of fantasy guys going, well, I didn't see him coming. I better trade for him right now. You know, I'm telling you right now that there are people out there that want to do something more with their lives than just sit on the bench. Given the opportunity, they're going to make things happen. And as long as they work hard and they go out there and they're coached well and everything, I'm not saying that they're going to go to the playoffs. Because, I mean, they got too much opposition.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to fail either. Because parity in the NFL is important to me. I like to see good games. I don't want blowouts. I don't want people to be in the mire for years and years and years and years like the Jets, the Browns. You know, I'm just sick of that stuff.
Well, if you look at their schedule for this year, they're going to start out in the preseason, you know, and do whatever, right? But they got the Chargers right out the gate, Seahawks, and then they got the 49ers, and then they play the – so they're going to be 0-3 to start the season with the Chargers, the Seahawks, and the 49ers. And then they got the Giants, the Lions, and the Rams. Okay, they might beat the Lions, right? Then it gets worse. Broncos, Cowboys, and then they get to have some fun and play Seattle again. Ooh. And then they play the Rams again. And then they get some of Patty Mahomes in week number 12 with the Chiefs.
Nobody said it was going to be easy, Paul.
And then they play the Washington Commanders, and then they got, the Eagles. Now they get the Jets. Ooh, they might get their first win. And then they get the Saints. And then they get the Raiders. And then they get the 49ers.
Archie Manning's going to end up in Arizona.
It looks like it if they go by who has the worst record, because I'm going to go ahead and go on the record right now. The Dolphins and the Cardinals are going to have the 2 worst records in the NFL next year, and the Cardinals might actually outdo the Dolphins of having the worst, because that schedule is absolutely brutal. There's no possible way a running back from Notre Dame and a wide receiver from Ohio State and a rookie quarterback from Miami that just barely lost to Indiana is going to be able to salvage the season that you guys think they're going to do. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
Did I say playoff?
No.
Playoffs?
No.
Playoff.
So the Raiders win 3 games. The Titans win 3 games. The Cardinals are probably going to win 3 games.
No, who they're going to beat?
Yeah, they can. They play the Seahawks pretty tough.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're going to go on record and say the Seahawks are going to lose to the Cardinals?
No.
It's possible.
No.
I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's possible it's going to rain outside, but you know, if there's no clouds.
Well, I don't see that in Florida. But
if the Cardinals are in any other division, they win double as many games. They'd be 6-11.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you give the Cardinals the Miami's schedule, or if you give the Cardinals the Saints schedule, they probably will do better. But that schedule right there has to be, if not the worst schedule, it has to be top 2 of the worst schedules. You guys kept thinking, oh, this is going to be the year that, we're going to start Carson Beck. He's going to do, all you got to do is run the ball. But listen, when you heard the schedule, you were like, oh my gosh, Jeff walked right off the ledge. He walked right off.
Back to 3 wins, because I was thinking maybe get 5.
No, you said it yesterday. You said, oh, yeah, the Cardinals are going to be better than last year. And I'm thinking, have you looked at that
Well, didn't they just
schedule?
win 3 last year or 4? I can't remember.
Yeah, well, they're going to.
I have to look at their ticket sales, but I know it's not going to be very good this year.
Yeah, no, the ticket sales will be great. The ticket sales will be great. They'll have plenty of people to come watch the other team with the other jerseys.
Right.
I mean, there'll be plenty of people there. So,
well, maybe they'll get a 50% off, just to fill the place up.
I don't know, but
all their snowbirds, they got to come go do something.
Yeah, I guess, but Nate, if you're telling me
it doesn't look good for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, hated to be the bearer
Well,
of
maybe
bad
they'll bring
news.
Kurt Warner out of retirement.
Yeah, no, I don't. The Kurt Warner can't save them. I'm telling you,
Neil Lomax.
Yeah, nobody can save that franchise.
Jim Zorn. Jim Zorn's going to brush it off and come down the
Zorn. Yeah, exactly. Well, Nate, thanks for calling, my friend.
Have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy the extended day off.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for calling. But yeah,
bye, guys.
But yeah, until you heard that schedule, you had said
Okay.
they were going to win 5 games.
I knew that they had a hard schedule.
They beat the Cowboys last
year. But the
year.
problem is it's front-loaded. It's at the beginning of the season. You went through like the first 12 weeks, and I was like, they could get 1 win.
They might get one
with
win. The Jets.
I know.
And
the Saints game's second best, but that's at the end of the year. And then the Giants, you think the Giants are going to walk all over them, really?
No, I don't think they're going to walk over them, but they have an experienced coach that knows what he's doing, and that'll be week 4. So then you'll kind of know what it's Jackson Dart and Scattaboo and Malik Neighbors if he's back, if John Harbaugh, what they're going to be looking like. Then you'll kind of know. You'll kind of have an idea. But you got to think
if they fall in that trap of 0-4 after that Giants game, it's over with for them.
Yes, if they're going to be 0-4 to start the year, right?
Well, that's the Giants game,
so
they got to win that Giants game.
The Boo Birds are going to come out, and they're going to come out early. They're going to be 0-3 to start, and then they've got the Giants, and it's going to be on October the 4th at noon.
Mm-hmm.
So really, when you look at how this team is going to be built, because it gets only worse after that, Lions, Rams, Broncos, 3 playoff teams probably. Then you got the Cowboys. They did beat the Cowboys last year. But, I mean, if you're looking at like a 1-7 going into Dallas, I mean, Dallas is just going to be able to roll you because they're going to be expecting to win, and they're going to have the confidence to win. There's going to be something to say about that. But either way, we made it through the first hour. We got shades and accolades coming at the top of the hour at 5 o'clock. Don't miss it. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, this is Richard
and Connie from Fountain.
Real local winners.
And we just won a $25 gift card to Ferrucci's Restaurante in the Ferrucci Feast, just for listening to the Coach James Hale Morning Show.
Thanks, y'all. Sound like a bunch of rednecks.
Keep listening to Win on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. Tonight there will be a light breeze out of the south, a likelihood of thunderstorms and partly cloudy skies and 75. Very light rain and possible thunderstorms tomorrow morning, about the same at 81. In the afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and a high of 82. About the same at 83 Sunday, and we'll have light sprinkles. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
This May, we honor the courage, sacrifice, and service of America's heroes. At Coin and Bullion Reserve's Fine Jewelry, we're proud to celebrate Military Appreciation Month with an additional 15% off any fine jewelry purchase for all active duty and veteran service men and women. Whether it's a service-inspired piece, a timeless gift, or something special to mark a milestone, thank you for protecting the freedoms we hold dear. Coin and Bullion Reserve's Fine Jewelry, proudly saluting those who serve.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
The locals love it.
Men, 40% of us over 40 experience ED, but the blue pill isn't your only option. And ladies, are you living with bladder leaks? At Thrive Alternative Medicine, they're introducing the Umcella Chair, a non-invasive FDA-approved treatment for urinary incontinence and sexual wellness. It's simple. Sit in the chair, fully clothed, for 28 minutes. The Umcella Chair uses high-frequency energy to stimulate your pelvic floor muscles. Patients report better sexual satisfaction and improved bladder control. Call Thrive Alternative Medicine, 850-655-7090.
The new Sports Blitz.
Oh, yes!
Rants, hot takes, and huge reactions are incoming on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. The hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. Cause Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the topic. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right now.
We are live and local, and it's 5 o'clock, baby, and you have made it to the weekend, and it's a long weekend right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you've joined us today. Don't forget, today, right after the show, 6 o'clock is the coverage time. First pitch, 6:15, the Atlanta Braves take on the Washington Nationals. We are excited about you listening today. You can check us out on Facebook. You can check us out on YouTube. And you can also still listen on the radio. An ESPN Northwest Florida app. You can do that as well. Download that app, and you can listen anytime, anywhere that you have your phone with you. As always, on a Friday, we got Jeffrey in the building. Garrick's here with us, running the ones and the twos, and we are excited about this weekend. Thanks again to all of the people in service as we remember those that we've lost on Monday. Again, want to make sure we say, you know, our gratitude to your family, even if you know, no matter what. The men and the women that have served our country, you deserve all the respect, and we salute you. We respect you. We honor you on that day. So happy Memorial Day to everyone, and remember what that day is all about. As always, on a Friday, got Jeffrey in the building. Jeffrey, how are you doing right now?
I'm doing pretty good.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I was actually more ready an hour ago. I was all ready and pumped up and ready to go. Run through a wall.
Yeah, well, this is the time of the show that we turn it over to Jeffrey. We got shades and accolades today. Jeffrey, who you got and what is going on?
I'm sorry. It's one of your icons.
What?
Michael Jordan.
What?
But it's more so about his friends.
What are you giving accolades?
Yeah, no, I'm giving shade.
What?
I'm giving shade. You ready for it?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. It's Michael Jordan's friends. When they tell stories about Michael Jordan, it's not always true.
What do you mean?
I got in my Facebook reels, and this guy's telling a story about Michael Jordan, and I could tell he could just shoot holes through the whole story.
Why?
Because he's talking about, you know how you used to be a betting man?
Yeah.
You know? And then...
used to be.
Used to be, yeah. Probably still is. Anyway, the guy's telling a story about how he would bet people, and he would go over to somebody who's handling bags and say, here's $100. Make sure the bag that says number 23 on it gets off first onto the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
To, be picked up and everything. And then he goes and bets someone else on the plane while he's flying on the team plane, because there's nothing but black bags with just numbers on them.
Yeah.
No name or anything like that. It's the Bulls bags.
Yeah.
And then he bet somebody $1,000. Say, I bet you my bag's the first one off the on the conveyor belt and all that. And this is a charter flight. It's not commercial.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Charter flights, there's only two different types. You have a charter flight that's a small plane and doesn't use conveyor belts, or you have like the commercial type size airliner, right?
Yeah.
And they will have conveyor belts, but there's so many bags in there, they're all piled up on top of each other. It would take you probably 15 minutes to find number 23 all in the mix and everything in order to put it on the conveyor belt first. So I'm throwing holes through this whole story right here because that story never happened. And they're telling stories about Michael Jordan being so much like this or that and everything. It's like a myth, and the myth just keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm telling you right now that the guy who's telling the story about the conveyor belt and charter planes and making bets and doing all this kind of stuff just to try and win at every possible chance, it's not true.
Wow.
And there was other instances where I've heard like stories and everything, and it's kind of funny stories, but he loved betting.
Yeah.
And even when he was any good at golf, he shot a shot into past the green, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes down the hill into a sand bunker, and he was cheating. And he actually acknowledged it years later and all that. He was swinging the club with one hand and then threw the ball up in the air with the other hand in order to get it closest to the hole. And then after he did it, everybody's like, because they didn't see him do the swing or whatever. They're like, oh, wow, you did such a good, hit and everything. He had cheated.
Wow. Well, let me tell you this, to kind of back up your story. About a month ago, we had on former Chicago Bull player Jason Caffey.
Yeah.
And, me and Jason are friends, and I talked to him about it, and I told him, what we're going to talk about, and he was like, well, I'll tell you this, I'm going to have my stories are going to be true if you ask about Michael.
Yeah.
He said, because there are a lot of stories out there that are not true. So you're exactly right. There's a little bit of stretching of the truth when it comes to his airness, Michael Jordan.
So, anyway, that's some shade on Michael Jordan. Next one's Smucker's Uncrustables.
You're throwing shade?
Who has that on their bingo card? We'd be talking about Smucker's Uncrustables.
Okay.
But
what's the shade, though? Because I like them.
80,000 Uncrustables were eaten by NFL players in a season. And the biggest one of all the teams, what team you think ate the most Smucker's Uncrustables? They're like the PB&J and all that.
I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears.
The Denver Broncos, 700 a week they would go through, just the players just eating them and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And they messed up. Because now there's some players that invested in a company, and they make this thing called jams, and they make different flavors and all that. And so now the NFLPA, the Players Association, and they've made it to where this new jams thing is like the NFLPA snack of the NFLPA.
Okay.
And they're putting it for all the teams and all that. And so Smuckers, who didn't get into some kind of deal, give them a break, have new flavors or anything like that, they get messed over because that's a lot of sales.
Yeah.
80,000 Uncrustables a year.
To the NFL.
That's what the NFL was. That's how many they were purchasing, and they're not like $1 a piece.
Yeah,
that's crazy, and they missed out, and they missed the boat. You have to know who your buyers are.
Too bad for Smuckers. So if you like Smuckers, there will be plenty in the
because the NFL is not eating them any longer. And these the jams thing is like less. It's not less fat, but it's more less sodium and more protein because they're more protein packed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So a big deal. All right,
that's good. Last one, Waymo driverless cars.
What?
You never thought I'd be talking about this, but the Atlanta Constitution, right, is the newspaper in Atlanta.
Okay.
They had a reporter, and someone else also was in Waymo driverless cars, and they had the big rain yesterday, and these driverless cars drove right into floodwater.
What?
In Atlanta.
They just drove right into...
Well, they got the maps. It's a computer. There's no driver. It's a driverless car. You're sitting in the back seat, and you're watching the car drive straight into floodwaters.
Yeah,
and they got stuck.
Did anybody drown?
Nobody drowned, thank God. But two Waymo that we know of, driverless cars went straight into floodwaters in Atlanta.
What was that movie that they had a while back where it was the Teslas and they just they took over and just started crashing? All the Teslas just started running on their own and crashing and hitting the end as we know it or something. I can't remember. It was a Netflix movie. But that kind of reminds me of it. Let's talk about the whole EV or Teslas and all that. You like that? You like the idea? You want you drive a Tesla? Would you drive a Tesla?
I would drive a Tesla. I think it's kind of different and strange, but I'd probably get used to it if I had one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it just depends upon price, obviously.
Yeah.
And gasoline prices, too.
Yeah.
Because they're going crazy right now. I don't know if you know there's a little bit of a dilemma right now, and it's these food trucks because they have to run on gas.
Oh, okay.
And
so the food trucks are probably going to start charging more money while they got higher gas. Exactly. Let me ask you this when it comes to the electric vehicle. Did you know that the vehicles, the Teslas, are so heavy that they actually burn the rubber on the tires more than they do a regular gas combustion engine car? So do you realize that, yes, you're going to save money in gas, but your tires are going to wear out sooner. Mm-hmm. So really, are you going to make more money or not based off of driving the Tesla? I know the Tesla looks cool and all of that, but I just a little information that I do know about that is legitimate about the Teslas and the EVs.
So I'm okay with the cars, but that truck, I'm sorry, it's not my thing. It's kind of ugly.
Oh, you don't think it
you
looks
would not? You would not own that truck. I know you wouldn't.
No, probably not. I mean, I would drive it if somebody gave it to me. So if the Tesla dealership wants to, let me have one, Carvana. But either way, let's go to accolades now. We get some excitement. Yeah, those are the shades. Smuckers, Michael Jordan's friends, and Waymo.
Driverless
I didn't even know what Waymo was. Yeah. But all right.
Well, I'll tell you. There's 3 of these right here, and Bone Crusher is going to like the 3rd one.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Bone Crusher was an accolade. I was like, what?
What did he do? What did he win?
What's he done?
No, my first one actually is the you want to even call it the Oakland A's? Let's call it the Sacramento A's.
What?
And then they moved to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
They're just the Athletics right now.
Yeah, they're the Athletics. They're not the They are the Oakland Athletics. Until they change their name to something else, they're the Oakland Athletics. Give me Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire.
And Henderson.
Yeah,
Don't
Ricky
forget
Henderson. Yeah, Ricky Henderson. Great.
He likes it.
Oh, yeah.
He talks in third person.
Yeah, he's like, Ricky's going to score.
Ricky likes this.
Yeah.
But they're playing in what? West Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. The A's. Most road wins in the AL, and it's another one of those 4th-place teams.
Yeah.
And they're on schedule with their new stadium. That's only $33,000 in the stadium that they're building in Las Vegas. But it's like right on the strip and everything. But anyway, they're on schedule for it to be finished, next year?
Yeah.
Next
so
year.
you think the A's are going to do, I think they're going to do right.
How in the heck are they in first place right now? I have no idea. I mean, we're talking Mariners, Rangers, Astros, you know.
Mark my words, if they get a big-time star, that comes to the A's and they start winning and start doing the thing, that 33,000 will be,
filled.
Packed. It's going to be packed anyway because of being where it's at.
And it's Vegas, so
Yes.
the box suites are going to be like a bunch of them. They're going to be huge. They're going to be decked out.
Yep.
Might as well have a hot tub in them,
Yeah, it's going to be they're doing the right thing as far as if you want a moneymaker, putting a baseball stadium right there on the Strip, that's going to make money.
Okay, second one, Rondé Barber.
Really?
Yeah, I was listening to a thing.
Rondé Barber.
Yeah, so he played at University of Virginia, right,
Yeah.
and everything, with his brother, Tiki. And they were giving questions and all that, and he was just rattling off all the answers and all that, and I had no idea he ever did this. It's a guy I don't really like. The first interception he got at college at the University of Virginia, he caught it from the same quarterback that he got his first NFL interception from in
So
the
ACC,
pros.
it's going to be an ACC school.
It was ACC school because they do play out of conference games usually in the early part of the season, but it was an ACC school. And it's a person in media.
The Dan Orlovsky played at Michigan State.
Ooh, you thought you were going to get it.
So Tom Brady played in the Big Ten. Tony Romo played in Division II.
I'll just jump to it.
Yeah.
Danny Cannell.
Danny Cannell. Yes.
Could you imagine getting your first interception from him in the college ranks, and then you go to the pros and everybody underestimates you because there were people who would say he was like the weakest link on the Tampa Bay defense and all that kind of stuff. And he gets his first interception from the same guy.
Oh, Danny K, baby.
Yep.
He's our big. We love him here, don't we?
You do?
No, we
Not
don't.
me.
Not at all. We
I'll
don't like
pass.
him at all.
Okay, this is the one for Bone Crusher. Ready?
Yeah.
Who's the real bulldog? Is it Mississippi State or is it Georgia? Let's just pick one. Let's just get rid of the other one or make them change their mascot because they're getting owned. The Georgia Bulldogs beat Mississippi State.
Yeah.
In football. And they turn around in men's basketball. Guess what they did?
Beat them.
Beat them again. And go to baseball. Sweep. And then in the SEC tournament again, beat them. They not only own Mississippi State in all three of the major sports, but guess what all these games except for the SEC tournament have in common?
What?
All of them were played in Starkville.
Oh, wow.
They beat them on their home turf in football, basketball, and a sweep in baseball. Georgia owns Mississippi State. They are the real Bulldogs for sure.
And you know what else about Georgia? They've got more people that have gotten speeding tickets and went to jail than Mississippi State, too.
Because they don't care about gas prices. Because they're winning. They're too busy winning.
Yeah.
They went to the playoffs in football.
Yeah.
They went to the tournament in basketball. They're the number one seed. They possibly could be winning the SEC tournament before they get to be a home team for a regional and possibly a super regional if they get there.
Are you turning into a Georgia Bulldog?
I'm telling
fan?
you, they keep run ruling everybody. It's crazy. And the big game is going to be tomorrow. Georgia's playing the Florida Gators in the SEC tournament tomorrow. Yeah. It's a huge game. It's the Final Four of the SEC tournament.
Yeah, because Florida beat Alabama 13-3 yesterday.
Yeah.
Run ruled them. Let me ask you this as far as, because we always talk about, Tim Tebow, Steve Spurrier being the legendary. Who's the legendary guy for Georgia? Is it Herschel Walker?
Yeah, he's number one.
What about coaches? Is it Vince Dooley?
Again, it's Vince Dooley.
So you got Vince Dooley and Herschel Walker as the number one.
Kirby Smart
is not going to be.
Is going to make it.
Is he going to – how many more championships does Kirby have to win for him to overtake Vince Dooley? Because you shake your head, but I'm telling you, Nick Saban has overrun Bear Bryant.
Yeah.
Because of winning more championships. Yeah. So what does Kirby Smart have to do to get ahead of Vince Dooley?
He's already done the record because guess what Vince Dooley's record was in the national championship?
1-1?
1-1. 1 win, 1 loss. Kirby Smart, 2 wins, 1 loss.
Right.
And they were back-to-back.
Yeah. So if Kirby wins another one,
it's done deal.
Is he
It's over with.
Is he the standard bearer at Georgia?
Yes.
That 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now,
Yes.
when people are talking about who is the legendary coach from Georgia, they're going to say Kirby Smart, not Vince Dooley.
So who's the fourth person on the Mount Rushmore for Georgia? Is it football or is it all sports?
Football. Has to be. I didn't even know they had other sports
Dominique
until
Wilkins
this year.
would be in there if we included all sports. Dominique Wilkins. He would be the fourth person.
So Dominique.
Yes, would be the fourth person. But we're just talking about football. It's kind of hard to pick anybody because you have all these great running backs. And, I mean, who's the quarterback that you're really talking about?
I mean, Matt Stafford could possibly seem himself, but he doesn't really, like when players go to the NFL, some of them still have they still talk about, I remember Mark Ingram getting interviewed and he's like, well, what do you expect? I come from Bama. That kind of stuff. They still, I don't ever hear Matt Stafford saying anything about Georgia. I don't hear Matt Stafford ever. I don't even remember him being in Athens very much. Coming back. Like Peyton Manning, he talks about Tennessee. Tom Brady, he talks about Michigan. But Matt Stafford, he's got the pedigree. He's got the numbers. If he wins another Super Bowl, he'll be a 2-time Super Bowl winner. But is he one of the greatest Georgia? I mean, he has to be one of the greatest Georgia quarterbacks to ever play in the pros. So, I mean, when you talk about Alabama, you think of Joe Namath. He still talks about Alabama. When Kenny Stabler was alive, he still talked about Alabama. Like, Matthew Stafford doesn't talk about Georgia. Not much.
The recent, though, very, very recent, since Stafford, those Alabama quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, all these other quarterbacks.
Mac Jones.
Yeah, who's the guy?
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young at Carolina.
All these NFL quarterbacks.
They're not really talking about Alabama.
I mean, they do. They do. They're on my algorithm.
It must be in your feed.
Yeah, they're in my algorithms because they
I
talk
don't really
about
hear it.
But
I know LSU guys, they go back. To the games. OBJ.
Yeah, because they're
Tyrann
paying
Matthew.
the player. They used to pay the players for LSU, old dirty, rotten paying players.
Yeah, and look what Chris Webber did to his Michigan team.
Yeah, but either way, well, that ends it for the Shades and Accolades. We are going to go ahead and go to our next break. When we come back, I've got some interesting stuff to talk to Jeff about. We're going to talk about the NBA, but I also got some breaking news stuff that we got to talk about. You listen to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
This Memorial Day, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida honors our local heroes. From Port St. Joe, Sergeant Clifford Sims, United States Army, made the ultimate sacrifice. While in heavy combat in Vietnam, company leader Sergeant Sims threw himself on top of an enemy explosive device in order to save the soldiers of Company D. Thank you for your service and great sacrifice. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. Tonight there will be a light breeze out of the south, a likelihood of thunderstorms and partly cloudy skies, and 75. Very light rain and possible thunderstorms tomorrow morning, about the same at 81. In the afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and mostly sunshine, and a high of 82. About the same at 83 Sunday, and we'll have light sprinkles. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Get ready to discover new adventures this summer and show off your style in a brand new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Check out the 2026 Kia K5. Its sophisticated design, smart safety features, and impressive fuel efficiency is perfect for your drive every day. Now offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2026 Kia K5 during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales event. Stop by for a test drive and discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Bill Bird Kia, proud to be the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Movement that inspires.
Offer from Kia Finance America for well-qualified buyers on the purchase of a new 2026 Kia Sorento or Sportage with 2083 per 1,000 financed in 48 months. Cannot be combined with other offers. Quality is limited. See dealer for complete details. A 20-year, 200,000 100-mile warranty is a Bill Burr Kia warranty. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 6/126.
Crawfish season is back, and the heat is on at Lone Star Boil House. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for delicious, mouth-watering Cajun crawfish, shrimp, buttery red royals, and everything crab. Plus, Lone Star Boil House is now serving liquor. Get crawfish 6 days a week, open to close. To-go crawfish also available at the front bar, and crush the follow on Facebook for frequent food and drink specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Your favorite team is garbage.
Dallas? I don't want you going to Dallas at all.
And we're here to explain why.
That place is crawling with crackheads and debutantes, and half of them play for the Cowboys.
It's time to take out the trash on the Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and you're locked in on this Friday right here in beautiful Panama City Beach. Don't forget, tonight, right after the show, we've got the Braves taking on the Washington Nationals at Truist Park. We're going to be excited to see the Braves continue their winning ways. We're here with Jeffrey, got Garrett running the ones and the twos, and we're happy today that this is the Memorial Day weekend. Make sure you spend your days with your family and enjoy yourself on these last 3 days before the big-time hot summer gets here, because all the kids are about to be out of school and it's going to be utter chaos. But you know what? Don't have to be utter chaos, because there's places that you can go. And one of those places is Do Play in beautiful Panama City, 287 Aberdeen Parkway. Do Play is a place that's designed for fun and movement and skill building for all ages. They can explore the active playgrounds, while athletes and teams can utilize the turf fields, indoor soccer, batting cages, full basketball and volleyball courts, open play, training space, and structured activities. You can go check them out on their website, doplayonline.com, or you can go to their Facebook page on DoPlay. Just type in DOPLAY, and it will show you right there, 287 Aberdeen Parkway in Panama City. You can go to their website as well and check it out. But I will tell you, the kids need to go to their camps. We're going to be going over there, checking out the place, giving you a live interview here soon. Next week, it's going to be awesome. So make sure you let those kids get over there and play. Beat the heat. Stay inside. Play at Do Play. Jeffrey, I've got to talk to you about a few things that before we get going. And I'm going to read some of the messages that were sent to us during the break. And TCUJ, he said that the reason why that the Athletics are winning is because Jonah Heim's there. But I don't believe that. They're about to go into a skid, all because of you, TCU Jeff, or TCU Jay. I keep calling him Jeff. You like Sonny Dykes. You can call you TCU Jeff. But either way, I just wanted you to know that that's not going to happen. Jonah Heim, yeah, but that was a good one, though.
Most likely the division leader that's not going to make the playoffs is the A's, you think? Or is it the Rays? Tampa Bay Rays.
I don't know. The Rays have some young talent. The A's have some young talent. I mean, Kurtz and Wilson for the A's, they were both fantastic last year as rookies, and they're leading the team. So I don't know, man. I think all three of them have a shot, them, the Braves, and the Rays, really. Rays are playing good, and, I mean, who knows? I don't know. But either way, I want to talk to you about something that I wanted to share with you. You know, we're big-time Gator fans here as far as having the Gators on. We're an affiliate. Had Coach Summer on a couple of weeks ago, probably about a month ago now. But in an interview with CBS Sports, Florida head coach John Summerall ranked Florida's rivals based on how much he hates. He said dislike, but I got to put it in there as dislike. But I think it's hate.
I could guess three of them.
All right, so give me.
And it has to be SEC?
Yeah. No.
No.
Just the ranked Florida's rivals based on how much he doesn't like their program. All right, so give me your top five, and I'll tell you whether or not you got it right or not.
Hurricanes.
Okay.
Bulldogs, Georgia Bulldogs, obviously.
Is this in any kind of order?
No.
Okay.
No, it's
all right, so
random. So the Hurricanes in the top five?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm going to
say
read
it's
it.
obvious.
I'm going to read it.
Georgia.
Okay.
LSU.
Okay.
I hate to say Ole Miss.
So he hates LSU?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So LSU, Georgia, Hurricanes. I'm good Clemson.
Okay.
No, not Clemson. Clemson. No, I'm sorry. No, definitely not. Tennessee.
Okay.
That's 4. And the 5th one, I don't even know. I guess I don't want to go Ole Miss. I'm just going to say Bama. What the heck?
Okay.
Okay.
I might have to wheel you out of here.
Because one of them's going to floor me, huh?
Well, because
I picked 4 SECs and then the Hurricanes and didn't mention the Seminoles?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
why is he picking
the
on Seminoles?
number one team that he dislikes is the Florida State Seminoles. That's your rival, buddy. Florida and Florida State. I don't care if one's down, if one's up, if both of them are down, if both of them are up. They hate each other. It's Alabama, Auburn. It's Michigan, Ohio State. It is Cowboys and Indians. I mean, used to be. But
the
either way.
Seminoles aren't talking a lot of trash right now.
No.
Even though the hatred's there's not a lot of trash talking, because guess what? Seminoles are not sitting pretty, and they just lost to them in their last game.
Yeah.
And it's both teams' last game because they didn't go to a bowl.
Yeah.
So.
It's shocking for me because number one's Florida State. All right.
Okay.
Number 2, he said Georgia.
Yeah, I believe that.
See, I don't.
Hurricanes.
Yeah, number 3 is the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I would expect Georgia to be over the Hurricanes.
And then number 4 is LSU.
Understandable.
And then I thought there was 5, but there isn't 5. He just says, I just
4.
don't like those 4 teams. Those 4 teams. Because Alabama really hasn't played Florida much.
And in Tennessee, it's not the rivalry it used to be.
Yeah.
And Tennessee wants to get in that conversation that it's them and Georgia now.
But it's not.
Because Florida's fall off, but Tennessee's is not up to that level yet. There's a gap between Tennessee and Georgia, and they have to break through. And it can't just be just one win or 1 year. It's got to be more than that.
Right. Well, I was surprised because I couldn't believe how, how it's set up that you didn't say Florida State.
Because
Florida State is the worst.
There's no use in it. They're not going to get any edge out of talking about the Seminoles. It's overhyping the game at the end of the year, which you've got to get through the whole 9-game SEC schedule that you've never had before, ever. And actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. The COVID year. I think they got to play 9 conference games.
I'm just totally disappointed in you.
No.
I'm so disappointed.
And I know how the fans
because
are.
Rivals,
this is John Summerall. He just got
Rivals are gone. You're telling me right now, by saying what you just said, these are the words that are coming out of your mouth, that the SEC schedule is more important than your rival. That's what you just said.
At the end of the year.
It is.
Yeah.
So,
and then
rivals are dead. To you.
A lot of rivalries are dying.
Yeah.
I mean, thank goodness they saved the Auburn-Georgia rivalry. But there's a lot of other. LSU won't be playing Florida this year. LSU won't be playing Alabama next year.
Yeah.
Instead, we're stuck with Ole Miss, Arkansas, and Texas A&M. Oh, thanks, guys.
You should be happy because that should be 3 wins for the LSU Tigers, and you don't have to worry about playing a team that could beat you, which is Alabama.
Yeah.
Well,
guess what? LSU and Tennessee want Alabama. And it doesn't matter if they're losing every year.
Oh, we want Bama.
They're still saying, we want Bama.
We want Bama now.
We don't care if we lose. We still want them.
Yeah.
We want them on our schedule.
You want them tickets.
I want them tickets.
You want them ticket sales. Now, we talked about last Wednesday, we talked about the 24 playoff, the 2014 playoff. And Reese Davis come out. And he said, I just don't see it's worth devaluing the best regular season in sports. Because basically it's saying we don't really care as long as you win enough games, as long as you can get there, and no matter how many games you lose. Reese Davis says he thinks it's devaluing the regular season. He thinks it's devaluing what you're talking about, in essence, the rivalries. It's devaluing the conference championships because it doesn't matter anymore. So Reese Davis is on your side of the fence when it's talking about the playoffs.
Okay, playoffs ends I'm sorry. Playoff begins right now. It's an extension of what we just had last year, correct? Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, we're extending it from January when we had the national championship game and all that.
Yeah.
2014 playoff. Right now, rankings from the end of the year.
Of last year.
Number 9, Alabama is playing in the first round versus number 24. Do you know who Alabama's playing in the first round of the playoffs?
Who?
North Texas. Do you want North Texas? Does North Texas want Alabama? No, they don't. That's our first round game, Paul. You're telling me Alabama wants North Texas? You don't even know the mascot.
I don't.
You've got to learn a new mascot, a team that doesn't even have Mestamaker because he's already in transfer portal, probably gone.
Yeah.
The coach is gone.
Yeah.
Alabama's playing North Texas. Give it to me, Paul. How much do you want to see that? Are you going to watch it? Yeah, you're going to watch it because you're an Alabama fan. Ask me if I'm going to watch it. I'll watch 2 minutes of it, and I'll turn it off because I know Bama's got that win.
Wow.
You don't want this 24 playoff. You're just trying to agree with all these other people who say it's bound to happen. It's going to happen. Money talks. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
9 versus number 24. You want number 10 versus 23?
Give it to me because I want to know now. I got to know.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And Navy. It's a repeat game. They've already played each other in the regular season.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame steamrolled them.
Yeah. Destroyed them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now you got
But
Alabama.
the Navy made the playoffs.
Navy makes the playoffs with the 23 ranking. Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Number 11.
Yeah, come on.
BYU. Mm-hmm. Houston.
Willie Fritz.
Oh, wow. You know what they did? They came from the same conference. Another disappointing game. It's the Big 12 versus the Big 12. You must love the Big 12. You're going to watch this game because that's the only people can be watching BYU and the Houston Cougars.
Yeah.
Cougars versus Cougars.
Yeah.
Big whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. Red versus blue.
Not watching it.
No.
Sorry.
All right.
Number 12, Texas Longhorns.
Yeah, come on.
Get ready for it.
Yeah, here we go.
Because guess who they're playing? Michigan Wolverines.
There we go.
Woo!
Yeah, there we go. That's a good one, right? Two big fan bases. That's a good one. All right.
The first good game.
All right, so we're batting 1 for 3. So we're 333 right now.
We had 3 cruddy games, 1 good game. And now the next one, number 20, USC.
Yeah. Who they got?
Oklahoma.
That's a good one. Lincoln Riley plays his former team.
Oh, wow.
It's starting to get good up in here. We're about to, we're almost batting 50% now.
And then we fall on a horrible one.
Here we go. All right.
Utah and James Madison. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they let James Madison in it anyway. Come on. They let James Madison in it anyway. Come on. They're going to be in there regardless. All right. So
Vanderbilt.
Okay, now we get to see Diego Pavia. Who's he going to play?
Tulane. I hope Summerall's coming back to coach that game because guess what? Tulane doesn't have a shot against Vanderbilt. Not without Summerall.
No.
And the last one, but not least, Virginia and Iowa.
Yeah.
Virginia and Iowa. So you got 2 games. You got that Texas-Michigan game, and then, I don't know, one other game.
Oklahoma and USC.
That's it. That's the 2.
Yeah.
So in the first round, you get all these teams that get the home game, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we're going to do. So the sites are Tuscaloosa, South Bend, wherever BYU plays. Because I'm not even, is it Salt Lake City? I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
And then Austin, Norman, Utah plays in Provo, I think, and then Nashville, and then that's it.
Yeah. I mean, last year that wouldn't be.
In Charlottesville. I'm sorry, Virginia.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great. Don't get me wrong, but
So game day's got to go to Austin out of all those games because they're not going to Tuscaloosa to see North Texas play.
But let me ask you this: when you think about all of that, it will make the games matter after you've lost 3, though. A lot of times teams. I'm being serious. A lot of times teams just pack it up. And they're like, well, we're not going to make the playoff. We're going to try to see what we got next year. Our quarterback, he's got a little bit of an injury, so we're just going to go ahead and sit him for the remainder of the year. We don't want to mess his opportunity up to play in the NFL. We don't want to hurt his hamstring, his whatever, shoulder, whatever, oblique, whatever. So we're going to go ahead and just shut him down. We're going to cut our losses. We're going to live with this guy that we're going to see if he can be our quarterback of the future, and we're just going to let these younger guys play. Now you won't see that. Now everybody will be rushing to try to make that last spot. So I'm going to push back a little bit because that'll be a lot more better football games at the end of the season. So when Florida's playing, let's just make it up and say Florida's playing LSU and both of them has lost 3 games and both of them have a chance. Whoever wins this game is going to make the playoff because the following weeks they got, Florida State or whoever and they haven't won. So realistically, the game, so Reese Davis, listen up, because some of these games that we're talking about are going to matter because it's going to push you to because no longer is 11-1 the way you get into the playoff. Now 10-2 can get you there. Now maybe 9-3 can get you there, but more 9-3s, not just Alabama from last year.
You know what LSU and Florida have in common? They shot up their players and told them get out there hurt. Lagway played hurt, and Nussmeier played hurt, and we know that now.
Yeah.
But
that was early in the season.
They weren't sitting him.
That was early in the season.
No, Nussmeier was all year long, especially at the end of the year. It was awful.
Well, he was trying to push for Brian Kelly to keep his job.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
Well,
it was.
I'm telling you, there's no
It was selfishness by his coach.
They're not sitting quarterbacks. They're putting them out there injured.
I'm just saying.
They're all playing hurt.
They're going to be able to do it. Before we go to our break, I want to make a quick statement. Steve Sarkisian on the Texas Longhorn football brand, he came out and said, "You love us when you love us, and if you don't hate us and still wish you were us and want to watch us play." Is he kind of trying to be like, because, he came out against Ole Miss when it wasn't warranted. There wasn't any reason to bring up the whole underwater basket weaving. Do you think Sark is trying to just get involved in social media to try to make himself look more relevant instead of just coming out here and winning football games and having Arch Manning as your quarterback and having the most expensive roster in college football? Do you think Sark's trying to turn into a little bit of Lane Kiffin to kind of try to be the bad guy so that people – is he playing heel? I mean, is he Hollywood Hogan starting the NWO? Is he turning heel? What's he doing?
He's trying to be an icon. And everybody's going to talk about him. And it doesn't matter if he wins the title or not. He's just an icon. So it'll be unforgettable, There's coaches out there like Lou Holtz and Steve Spurrier who won 1 title, and yet we still talk about them to this day.
Yeah.
Because they were not just relevant, but they talked a lot.
Yeah.
And they were icons. And
so you're thinking
he wants to become
Sark
an icon.
is going to try to be an icon.
Famous.
Yeah, he's just trying to be famous. So
Yeah.
he's going to say stupid stuff all year long.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want him to coach LSU soon? You got Kiffin. You like him.
We only hire people who used to play for us or coach for us. Yeah.
I don't know. Brian Kelly.
Don't bring him back, please.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we are going to talk about the NBA playoffs tonight. The alien is back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you tired of little radio stations with little signals that drop off at the edge of town?
She did say,
Oh, bless their hearts. This is the most powerful sports signal in the Panhandle. You've found the Sports Talk Monster. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Crawfish season is back, and the heat is on at Lone Star Boil House. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for delicious, mouth-watering Cajun crawfish, shrimp, buttery red royals, and everything crab. Plus, Lone Star Boil House is now serving liquor. Get crawfish 6 days a week, open to close. To-go crawfish also available at the front bar, and crush the follow on Facebook for frequent food and drink specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Ready to play? Welcome to DuPlay, your premier indoor destination for family fitness and total fun. DuPlay is designed for fun, movement, and skill building for all ages. Kids can explore our active playgrounds, while athletes and teams can utilize our turf fields, indoor soccer, batting cages, full basketball, and volleyball courts. With open play, training space, and structured activities, it's all inclusive at the new DuPlay in Panama City. Take a look now at DuPlayOnline.com. That's DuPlayOnline.com.
Are you in need of reliable, secure, convenient self-storage? Too much stuff and not enough room to put it all? Stop on by to Your Storage Units. With a wide selection of climate and non-climate self-storage units, Your Storage Units is sure to have just what you need. From a small 5x5 to as large as a 10x20 and up. Just remember, if you need more space and less clutter, call Your Storage Units 850-252-4309 at 7100 US 98 right over the Hathaway Bridge and PCB behind the Taco Bell.
This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Master, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
We are back live and local on this Friday. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, in about 15 minutes, the Braves will be taking on the Washington Nationals right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget that the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast is sponsored by Hewitt Tire and Auto, Brock Pest Control, Bill Bird Kia, PCB Hobby, Cito, and Blue Diamond Truck Accessories. Got Jeffrey here. Garrick's here. We're pumping it up. I got to tell you something, though, something that happened right before we came on the air that I wanted to get your opinion before we talk about the NBA playoffs. The upcoming North Carolina-South Carolina football series in 28 and 29 has officially been canceled. The decision comes after the SEC and the ACC move to a 9-game conference schedule. So there you go. Again, you won't see Beamer and Belichick go head-to-head. So you don't like that. You don't like it at all. But this is where we are. Why don't you like it, though? Because it's taking away the opportunity. Because that's North Carolina versus South Carolina, basically.
Yeah, and the last time they played, it was in Charlotte. And I don't know if you know where Charlotte's situated, but
I know where Charlotte is.
Right up on the state line of South Carolina. You got Rock Hill right across
it's right
the
there.
border right there. They have suburbs and everything. And that's not where Chapel Hill is, obviously, or Columbia, but it's an easy drive. And it's a big city, and they need college football there.
Do you think that those states, though, are so heavy and built into basketball that it's a, they've got a professional team there.
Yeah, they do.
With the Panthers. And they pack it out. They do pack it out. But
these two fan bases are still love football.
I know everywhere you go, you'll hear a Gamecock fan, period. It's not so much North Carolina football, but you'll hear basketball. But South Carolina, their fan base is alive. Let me tell you one more thing before we go. I wanted to say this. I wanted to see what you thought about it. Did you know that Ed Ogeron, with him being back on LSU's payroll after the Tigers finished paying his $17 million buyout in December 25th. So that means that Ed Ogeron has been on LSU's payroll ever since 2015.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Years. Yeah.
And that's just kind of, I don't know. I wanted to see what you thought about it.
That's why they're only paying him $100,000.
That's what his salary is now? That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Paul, he does need the money, too. And he's not hireable anywhere else. I mean, where is he getting hired? Nowhere.
He can get hired.
Okay. Well, you give him a job. I don't know where you're sending him to. Troy?
I've already got one Cajun in the studio. I'm not having another one.
This is the greatest rivalry of college football, and it's back, and I'm all excited. You know what it is?
What?
Coach Ogeron versus closed caption.
They're not going to let him talk.
Yeah, they will, but the closed caption will be all messed up.
Yeah, it'll be terrible.
I need a translator for the closed caption.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our NBA talk. Tonight, the Spurs battle it out with OKC again. What are you looking for in this game? Because obviously, Dylan Harper is game-time decision. The other guy for OKC, I just lost his name.
SGA?
But no, the second lead scorer.
Not Hartenstein.
No, the other one. He's hurt.
Alex Caruso?
No, he's hurt with a hamstring. We'll look at it in a minute.
Yeah.
But when you think about this game, obviously you've got some injuries to key pieces. I mean, he was the number 2 scorer on the team for OKC. He's not available tonight, hamstring. Okay. Then you've got Dylan Harper is a game-time decision, a big part of what they try to do. What do you think?
Castle. I think the Spurs are going to win this, and it was a 1.5-point spread. It moved in the last hour to 2.5 points. So apparently people are betting on the Spurs, and I think they're going to win this game, and that's going to give them a 2-1 lead. The problem is that I have a hard time seeing that the referee is going to call all the fouls.
Yeah,
and that's a big issue. I hope that they get underneath of it in the first half and actually call the fouls that are actually happening. And then I just hope that it just doesn't tail off in the second half. They just let them play. Because I could see that happening, is that they're trying to send a message. They send the message in the first half, and then they let off in the second half, and then it's bloody murder because they're just mugging Wemby again.
So is it not because the Lakers, they complained that –
Not the Lakers. The Lakers complained that OKC was getting all the calls?
That SGA was getting all the calls, right? That he was, flopping. And if you looked at it, the last game that they played, every single jump shot SGA shot, he fell on the ground.
Yeah.
So when you look at that part, is it the part of calling the fouls or not calling the fouls on SGA, or on the other side, is it calling the fouls that are actually happening to Wemby whenever he's getting mugged in the paint?
Yeah, that's exactly it's the opposite. So SGA was the one who was the victim before, trying to play the victim.
Yeah.
And now it's straight up just Wemby is the victim.
Yeah.
This is more of a reality. But LeBron came out and said what? That they were outmatched. That they are out-talented. Yeah.
Which is
it was true, and it was 4-0. It wasn't close, man.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. Do you think LeBron's just trying? Why don't they ask LeBron to come in and talk? I mean, did they not want him a part of that? I mean,
I hope not.
Because what is he? Realistically, what made him say that? What has he got to do with anything? You got swept. Yes, you're 41 years old. Yes, you had a great season. Yes, you led your team in the playoffs because Luka was hurt. All of that, you did great. But why now are we just talking about it? Does he not care about getting fined, or do you think he was worried about getting fined during the season and that kind of thing, or what? Because he's just trying to insert himself into this playoff. Is that what he's trying to do?
Yeah, he likes attention.
Yeah. Well, it is. But
will he be a happier person when he's gone? Probably not.
I don't know.
I am.
He'll be doing. Yeah, you don't like LeBron.
I don't like LeBron.
Why don't you like LeBron?
It's his attitude and his narcissism and his logic that doesn't make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Or even close to perfect sense. So,
So,
adios.
Yeah.
I hope he fades away.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: when you look at the Spurs, when you look at OKC, what has to happen though? I mean, we talk about the referees, but what has to happen? To me, OKC is going to have to SGA is going to have to get to the free throw line. He's going to have to make shots. SGA, for them to win tonight, is going to have to be 35 or more in points. He's going to have to be. Obviously, Game 1, he scored 25. Game 2, he scored 30, and they won. First game, they lost. But this game, he's going to have to be 35 or above. I mean, he's going to have to carry the load. Because, with the other player injured, that was the second leading scorer. But, I believe OKC, for them to win, that's what's got to happen. What say you?
You don't think if he scores 32, they're not gonna win? 32.
I don't know.
Are you saying 35 is a solid number? That's the threshold?
Yeah, that's the threshold. If he gets 35, they have a really good shot at winning.
No, I think that between steals I don't want to say slowing down the game, but basically following Wemby, he could score 32. They'll still win. I mean, he just scored 30, and I know they're missing a player. I get that.
Yeah.
But they just won with him scoring 30.
Yeah.
They're going to have to get away with some fouls.
So
it sounds like I think that the Spurs are more talented.
Yeah. You do think so?
I do think so.
Wow. Okay. And is it all because of Wemby or?
No. I mean, because Harper being out is a big deal.
Yeah, if he goes out, that's going to be bad.
Yeah.
So let's flip it around. On the other side, I think Wemby has to be closer to the 30 mark. I think he's got to be in the 25 area for them to win. I think he can't be less than 20. and still expect them to win, especially if Harper's not there. If Harper's not there, he's going to need to change and become the number one option, because a lot of times he's not the number one option on the offensive side of the ball. They do run the offense through him a lot of times, but sometimes Harper, sometimes Castle, sometimes those guys are the number one option. So when you look at how the Spurs have to, some things that have to happen for me, it's going to be that Wemby needs to be, as much as I said SGA needs to be at 35, I think Wemby needs to be at least at 25. He's got to be at 25 for them to win tonight. What about you?
You don't think that he gets 19 points and 19 rebounds that they don't win?
No, I don't. I think they got to score. They still got to score.
They still got to get the ball.
He's going to get a triple-double. He's going to have a triple-double.
The Thunder, if they keep the Thunder from getting second shots with those 19 rebounds, because that's basically what's going to happen.
Yeah.
19 points, 19 rebounds, give me Wemby for the win.
Okay. We'll see come Monday, actually tonight. I'll text you tonight and be like, you're right.
No.
Let me ask you this.
We don't have another show till Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll be off on Monday. Schedule alert. Everybody realize that we're not going to be here on Monday. We're going to take it off, be with our families, and really honor those that have gone and paved the way before us for this great country, USA. Let's move over real quick. We got about 4 minutes. We're going to talk about the Cavs and the Knicks. Are the Knicks going to sweep them?
I don't think so.
What?
I think that the Cavs going to have enough in their tank to where they will
to just
not
win
get
one.
Sweep. They'll win one.
Just one?
Yeah. I said it before. It was either a 5 or 6 game series. The Knicks are going to take it, and that's kind of still where I sit. I think, but I'm leaning more towards the 5 than the 6.
Jalen Brunson got the star power to take his team to the championship.
Yeah. And Towns?
Yeah, he's playing good too.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell, though.
2.5 point favorite.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Does he have the star power to take his team single-handedly?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Watching him, he kind of I don't know. I don't see, he's not the guy. He can score, and he can score a lot. When he gets hot, he's hot. But I'm just telling you, Donovan Mitchell, to me, nah.
He can take over a game for a short amount of time.
Not a series, though.
Yeah,
he can't control a series.
Well, he can't take over a game for like 3 quarters in a row.
Yeah.
So,
So I just don't see it. I mean, the Cavs.
Top 10 player?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
You got him as a top 10 player?
Probably right about 10.
No.
Yeah. I mean, they're in the Final Four.
It don't matter.
You got Jokic in there. I mean, you have other players. You got Luka in there in the top 10, right?
Yeah.
So, you fill in the players, and then you count up
LeBron is a better taker over of a game than Donovan Mitchell.
Not right now.
Yes, he is.
LeBron did it once in the first round.
Yeah, he did.
And then he got swept.
Yeah. Well, OKC, if they were playing the Cavaliers, they would get swept. They're about to get swept by the Knicks. I think Jalen Brunson's better than him.
LeBron does not average in the top 20 players points per game.
Right.
This year.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
So
but he's also the third option. He's a third option.
Yeah.
He's been the third option.
But how is he a top 10 player if you're not even top 20 in scoring?
Yeah.
You better be rebounding, stealing, blocking something.
Yeah.
Assists, anything.
Is Paolo Banchero better than Donovan Mitchell?
Ooh, wow. No.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
you said he's seen it himself.
He's not a top 10.
But Brown is from the Celtics. What about Tatum?
I mean, when Wagner was out,
they were
Banchero was not, he's not going to be sealing the deal because they kind of blew it.
Yeah. No, you're right.
They blew it.
Well, we're about to end the show, and again, I just want to say to everybody, go and make sure that you remember what Memorial Day is all about. It's to honor those that have gone on before us, those that have paved the way for our great, beautiful country that we call America. All the freedoms that you have is because of those soldiers that died for our freedom here in America. And we want to make sure we always give the utmost honor, respect, and dignity to all of those people that did that. So make sure you have a great weekend. Make sure you enjoy Memorial Day with your family. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We will see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend.
It's here. The 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app version 2.0. now featuring ultra-high fidelity. You'll feel like you're in the game. Plus, more opportunities to win weekly prizes from local businesses when you click it to win it. Download the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app today at Google Play or the Apple Store.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. Tonight there will be a light breeze out of the south, a likelihood of thunderstorms and partly cloudy skies and 75. Very light rain and possible thunderstorms tomorrow morning, about the same at 81. In the afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and mostly sunshine, and a high of 82. About the same at 83 Sunday, and we'll have light sprinkles. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
It's time to take your season to the next level when the Jaguars return to the bank in 2026. Become a season ticket member and unlock exclusive access to ticketed events, members-only experiences, NFL membership club perks, and more. Availability is limited due to in-bowl renovations, so don't wait. Call 904-633-2000 or visit jaguars.com/season tickets to secure your spot at the center of the action. We'll see you at the bank this fall.
Looking for the most romantic night out in Panama City? Ferrucci Ristorante is your destination for authentic Italian cuisine and unforgettable moments. The candlelight, the wine, the homemade pasta. It's like a little slice of Italy. From handcrafted sauces to centuries-old recipes, Ferrucci brings true Italian flavor to every plate. It's where love stories begin and anniversaries are celebrated. To reserve your table, call 850-913-9131. Ferrucci Ristorante, Panama City.